Up YouTube? It is I, Codemaster Hard Rock, with another top 10 video. And today we are looking at the Marillions. Now, as I have said in my previous top 10 videos, this is entirely my opinion. I'm not going entirely based on the cards. I'm going based on characters and what I like and various memories. And with that being said, we're going to hop right into it with Felfor of the Deep. Again, these are, as I said in some other videos, these are not in any particular order. So, jumping back in, Felfor of the Deep, Milion Fluid Morpher Scout. He has Fluid Morph, 1 Magician, relocate target opposing unengaged creature to an unoccupied space adjacent to it. So you can basically teleport a creature to him. And 4 Magician, creature loses Swift and may not move or relocate into unoccupied spaces. So forcing them to have essentially Rothar Forceful Negotiator's ability. But with that being said, yeah, no, I like Felfor. He was a secret underworlder for a bit. He played up like he was an underworlder, but in fact, he was a Marillion. He sort of kickstarted the whole Marillions are a thing in the show, and I think that made him very unique and special. It is just sinister. And fun fact, he's named after Michael Phelps, even though his name is Felfor, like you fell for it. Anywho, bad jokes aside, Kelleen is my next choice. Marillion Chieftain, discard 2 Magician cards, destroy target engaged creature with 0 speed. I remember pulling him and I was thinking, holy, what is this tribe? Because again, I knew about the game before the show, etc., and I always paid attention to the game first, then the show. I thought this was so bananas watching this creature just take down 2 Mopedians, shown here and here. The same ones I think that are in the Ario artwork. So yeah, Ario's in serious trouble. I thought this guy was just cool. I feel like I don't need to justify myself, but it looks like he's like mind controlling them because they have the same symbols above their heads as he does on his own. Anyhow, then we have Galdrad. I thought this guy just looked cool. I mean, just look at him. He's got like lightning or yeah, water whips. Just kind of look at him. Just such a cool design. Attacks played by creatures you control gain challenge power 50, deal 10 damage. God, could you imagine that on an Underworld team? Just if that was an Underworlder, dude, yeah, no, he'd be used. I think Galdrad is probably one of the coolest Marillion designs in general. Just looking at him, I feel like he should be more, more BA, but I feel like they knew that other creatures in the show kind of took more importance. But no, I like him. Then we have Aiden. So personally, I like him because he's a healer, but a lot of people think he's trash. But, a healer is a healer. And I think his design is cool. That's why I like him. Again, not for his card, but for his art. I just think he looks really cool. He looks kind of intimidating and like a shark fish. What's the word I'm thinking of? Loch Ness Monster. It's got like a Loch Ness Monster face. And I think that's cool. Then we have Gantrak, probably one of the most gimmicky cards in the entire game. I love him. Attacks played by your creatures reduce an opponent's engaged creature's disciplines by an amount equal to the damage they would deal instead of dealing the damage. If it has 0 on all disciplines, destroy it. So this whittles down your opponent's creatures into nothing. And I think it's super gimmicky. It's kind of hard to use. Some people find it difficult, but I think it's easier, especially if, you're trying to destroy a certain stat. And plus you can use certain Marillion music to kill off creatures with 0 in a particular stat just to kind of wrap it up, especially if you have fluid morphers. It works well. At least me personally, I think that's the case, and I think Gantrak works in that case. So with that being said, I think Gantrak's really cool, and I remember pulling him thinking, oh, he must be pretty BA. Anyway, then we have Milion, Foothold Commander, specifically just Milion in general. It looks like in this art we have Hearing. It looks like Durtax, and I can't tell who the character in the bottom right is. This guy? I can't tell. He's a chieftain, and at the beginning of your turn, if all creatures you control have no music counters, Return target music card from your general discard pile to your hand, and that is why I use him. I like him a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Uh, he was sort of like the first like threatening looking Marillion. He's got like a spinal body, like a weird cape. I don't know if anyone noticed, but he's got like a cape design on his back with like this royal crown looking thing. It's strange. He kind of reminds me of the Eye of Sauron, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I Lord of the Rings. That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me a lot of that kind of stuff. But with that being said, we're gonna be moving on to the next one. Come on. Bam. Wrath tab. Discard a music card. Remove all music counters on target engaged creature. He is broken. He is very, very, very broken. But I like him. His design is so cool. He's like living armor, but with like a watery, smoky body. I can't really explain what he is because Marillions are like fish and sea life type creatures. They're based on like the deep ones or the deep something from Now or Never. And yeah, no, just look at Wrath Tab. He kind of I don't know how to explain it, but he looks cool. He looks really cool. I think he's in Nadran's Castle in this artwork, matter of fact. We're gonna move on. Garlag, somebody who I use in my actual decks. He's a chieftain, discard a magic card, opposing creature loses Swift and cannot gain range. Loses and cannot gain range and Swift. Very good against, back row hate. I think and plus he's just very powerful in general. Like my personal Garlag, you know what? I have my decks right here. Let me find out for you real quick. It'll only take me a second. Let's see here. La da da da. Garlag. Discard, let's see, 40, 45, 65, 65, 65. Very decent stats, man. I like my Garlag. I think he's pretty tough. And with that being said, bam, I'll put that right there. There you go. Little deck ASMR. Gonna start moving on to Nuckwarn, somebody else who's in my army. Fluid Morph for Warrior. Very strange. Fluid Morph, his attacks count as both fire and water. And if he has exactly 3 music counters when he is defeated, you may return it to play on an open space on your side of the battle board with no music. So he basically can, in a weird, if you time it right, you can essentially have an infinite resurrection with Nuckwarn, which is garbaggio. But, I think he's on the ban list in the Chaotic Discord. He's also unique, but he's not loyal. So technically, you can have him, in, let's say, an Underworlder deck, or an Overworld, or a mixed deck. And he would automatically get, his counter, because all attacks played by him count as fire and water. Just such a really good card. I have no idea why it is a super. It should be an ultra, in my opinion. And then we're going to move on to my favorite Marillion. I know I'm a shill, but it has got to be Ani. Just look at him. The source of all nightmares is here. The end of Param is now. Just such haunting artwork. There's all these creatures against their will, serving Ani, Mr. Four-legged Cthulhu, multiple eye, flying eyes, may I add, monster. 200, 200, 200, 200, 100, just, oh my god. Outperform all disciplines 20. Ugh, like, if I'm not mistaken, that means every discipline attack that he does deal an additional 20 damage. And if I discard a magic card, my opponent sacrifices a creature. Dude, that is disgusting. Granted, the way you summon him is very gimmicky. You have to have Ani equipped with the Baton of Ani, and you have to attack using the Rage of Ani. And as soon as you're done doing that, you can cast Calling of Ani. But if you're at the Oligar's Path, it costs 0. But the typical music costs 4. So you're going to need like a Fluid Morpher here and there. But with that being said, that is the video, guys. That is Ani, the Oligar, the Avatar, my favorite Milion. Just, oh my god. And I own this card in real life too. You know what? Just to give you an idea, his normal base form, it really isn't all that great, to be perfectly honest. But at the same time, if you get him to work, you know, pretty decent. 45, 55, 60, 45. Yeah, 45 energy. I said it. But if you have him equipped with the Baton of Ani, he gets Water 5 and an additional 5 energy, so he's at 50. And if you have the Oligar's Path in play, he would get an additional 10 energy, so he would jump from 50 to 60. That's not bad. Not bad at all. No, he's just so cool. Just, oh my god, he's scary. I don't know. But he did get beat by 3 characters. Granted, all 3 of them have crazy abilities, so... And one of them could literally just shapeshift into him. So, yeah, no. But with that being said, that is the video I have for you today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. What are your top 10 Marilians? I know they're not a popular tribe, but at the same time, you gotta love them. Just look at him. And plus, if this one's equipped with the Baton of Ani and all that fun stuff, he has 110 energy, Water 5, Outperform Discipline 20, and all this and that. Just look at him. Oh my god, it's nasty. Let me know what you guys thought down below. I will catch you guys in the next video. Alright, guys. Peace.